So what are the top things, if we had to list a top of the list of what we're looking for when we go into doing a hive inspection, what would those be? You?
The first thing we see when we open a colony of bees is the population.
Yes.
If we have the skills to
Sure.
understand whether that's
Sure.
a strong population, a weak population,
Right.
and where it's leading us, that's all well and good in management. But population is what we see. We're able to count frames of bees. We're able to see if things are going well or not going well from the initial look.
And if it's spring, we should be seeing that population increase. So if we don't see that, then that's an indicator that maybe something's a problem. So in hive inspections, we're making note of both the good things we see and the bad things that we see. And that would be, a good thing to make note of. If I'm not seeing my population increase and it's spring, that's important. So very good. Good one.
Are we looking for the queen?
Well,
is that something you would do in a hive inspection?
Well, I'd love to see her, but what I'm looking for, most importantly, is evidence of the queen, evidence of eggs.
We want to see eggs.
That's right.
Sure,
that's
very
right.
small larvae.
That's right.
That's right.
We're not digging around looking for the queen. If I were to, and I wouldn't know whether to put population or queen above one or the other, because it's really, if we start digging around first, we know that the queen starts to run and they'll get away from us when we start to manipulate and move around in our hive boxes. If your goal is to go in and find the queen, then make that your first priority. But just a normal hive inspection, we're not looking for her. We're looking for population and evidence of that queen.
That's really important what you said, even though it's not really part of the question. Always have a goal where we're going into our colonies and making that hive inspection, know what the purpose of it is. So we did population, we did evidence of queen.
We know she's there.
Brood pattern would be a natural, logical next step. The purpose of the brood pattern is multifold. One of those can be, what is the laying condition of our queen? Is that a nice pattern?
Do we need to requeen?
So many things can be learned by about the health of the queen, about the condition of the colony in regards to the varroa mites, the stressors, the various diseases that can occur. They're all happening right there in that brood nest.
That's right.
So that is our area of study. That's the book that we want to learn.
That's right. Stored resources. Do our bees have enough stored honey? Do they have nectar and pollen? Nectar and pollen make bee bread, which is being fed to the larvae. Is that there? We're looking for that. That's very, very important.
And are they in the proper proportion for the time of year that we're
Correct.
in? Are we seeing an increase or are we seeing a decrease?
Right. Fresh wax. If in doing a hive inspection, am I seeing fresh wax? If I'm not seeing fresh wax and it should be nectar flow time, might be a problem.
What does that tell us? Just if we're not seeing fresh wax and it's a nectar flow, that tells us we have a queen problem, most likely.
Probably.
So there's so many things that can be learned through your hive inspection.
We don't have foragers out there pulling in fresh wax. Pests. We need to be looking for pests, evidence of pests. That could go anywhere from varroa mite infestation to small hive beetles to maybe even a weaker colony that's having problems holding off wax moths. But truly looking at pests and what it's doing in our colony and being prepared to insert your small hive beetle traps, fill them, empty them, be prepared with replacements if you need.
The first item we talked about was population, and population then leads directly to the word space.
It does.
Do we have adequate space for our bees to grow during the spring time of year, during nectar flow? Are we increasing our population? Are we decreasing our population appropriate to the time of year? Are we increasing too rapidly in the fall to where we're going to have bees to feed as opposed to having enough natural honey? So the overall space allotment for the time of year is important.
Huge, it is. Swarm signs, and that's a direct segue into that.
There's
Swarm
space again, sure.
Space, because if they're running out of space, then every time we go in our colonies between, probably February till nearly now, we need to look for swarm indicators. No matter the time of year, maybe I should say that, no matter the time of year, we should be looking for swarm indicators, whether that's space or it's places for the queen to lay, which is a direct to space, but queen cells, queen cups, signs of the queen being in good shape, but swarm indicators, yeah. all good stuff. from
Hive
the
inspection
questions.
is a fun aspect of beekeeping, and that's why new beekeepers love it, and why experienced and beekeepers that have lots of colonies have the ability to manage them because they truly understand it.
Yeah.
So understanding what we're looking for is so important.
It is. It is.